Guys, happy Monday. So here's a little photo of my mom and I, and today's video is going to be about her stockpile specifically. So this is a photo of my mom and I think in the mid 80s, and we were on a family trip, but that's her right there and me. And when we were very young, the first thing I can remember is that my mom had a huge basement and she had a lot of toilet paper. So whenever there was a really big sale for toilet paper and stuff, she would always stock up on it. And then she was the type of mom too to have 2 or 3 freezers full of frozen food. And she had all these measures and did all this stuff because she actually is from Japan. And when she was 2 years old, the war was happening, and World War II, it really instilled a lot in her to be thrifty and to stockpile stuff, and having a basement full of paper goods, and to have a bunch of like body wash and other goodies like that on the side. It just means the most to her because she's lived through some very, very hard times. There were times where her family in Japan had nothing to eat, or, you know, it was just extremely hard times post-war. So I'm going to take you guys for a little tour of her basement and just show you what she has and what she has kept in her stockpile. Okay, so here's just a little informal tour of my mother's stockpile. Some of this stuff I've helped her get over the years, and some of the other items she's curated on her own. One thing that she's really big on is having a lot of paper towel and paper products, and this is quite sizable. And I'm just going to do a little walk over here to show you how much is here. Like, look at all of this. And basically her basement is just for storage. There is no living that goes on here, but she has a huge stockpile of paper, and all of these paper products are basically so she doesn't have to bring them in and out of the house in the winter time. And she has them in these giant tubs, and the reason why everything's put in these giant tubs is if there's a flood in the basement, and sometimes in the springtime it can flood a little bit, she has like her paper products will be safe. So just a thought. And I do this also in my basement just in case of a flood. And water, I mean, she is kind of mildly a prepper, but she's prepared. And paper products. Those are the Tana pads that I got her. Different sort of saran wrap, bags, that sort of a thing. She really likes to have a huge stock of that when it's on sale. This is all stuff that I've gotten for her from couponing, and just to show you, I know it's kind of harder because it's dark back here, but it goes back quite a few. Everything from my mom has to be sensitive skin because she has very bad psoriasis, so this is all for her. And then a couple of Vinos. There's already one upstairs in her bathroom, and then some special shampoo for her. There's always a coupon that comes out once a year for a free one of these, and it's just a free poly grip. So I think I got her close to 50, and I know she gave a bunch to the diabetes or some association, but there's a whole lot for her. And then a bunch of denture cleaner, different types of Dove products like deodorant. This is her favorite. And again, everything has to be sensitive because of her skin. And then I picked up some Lubriderms, and then there's other lotions back there. Back in here, I wish she would have told me, but I think it's one of these things that she doesn't know what she has because she doesn't rummage through here every day. But there's her toothpaste. There's probably still about 20 tubes left, but I would be more comfortable if she had at least like 30 to 50. And then just one of these little fruit baskets, and I have filled it up all full of toothbrushes because she does like to change her toothbrushes at least once a month. And some dental floss. I think that store's familiar. And then down here, let's see what we have. More goodies. A whole bunch of makeup wipes. A whole bunch of shaving creams. And then a whole tub full of razors, deodorant, and deodorant sprays too. And then down here, we have a whole bunch of Finish, and that goes deep. A whole bunch of Gain and different types of cleaner and Febreze. And then down here I put a bunch of her products in one of these garbage cans because I ran out of room for organizing, and I thought that was a clever idea. So that, my friends, is my mom's stockpile. There's a little bit more in the other room, but it's kind of harder to show because it's super dark in the other room. And if this will ever focus again, oh, there we go. So this is her stockpile, and it does mean a lot to her to have this. It is a lot of security to have this sort of thing in her basement, as I said earlier, and it's all stuff that she will use or use in the future, and it means the most to her to get anything from a stockpile, especially for my couponing. It means just the most, and she's lived through some really hard times, and that's why having this sort of stuff in her basement is really important to her. So that's it for now, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.